Good morning to everyone. My dear students, before we start the session, let me take the opportunity to welcome all the branches who has joined hands with us to make this event successful. Our Prime Minister rightly said, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Let's continue this spirit alive and make more and more collaborations so that we can reach out to the young students across India and give them the best knowledge. After all, they are the future of our profession. Let me also take the opportunity to welcome and thank Chairman Vasai Branch Syed Daya Bansal ji, our today's session chairman Syed Hrudyesh Pankhania ji, session moderator Syed Aashi Pansari ji, our today's speaker and AR Syed Rajan Kabra ji, Syed Jignesh Sipani ji, and Syed Yash Agarwal ji, who will entangle you all and enlighten you all and also guide you all on topic Rankers Rise from Aspirants to AR, a road to CA. It's a dream for every student to have this magical alphabet CA before his name. Today's session will definitely help you in achieving that. Who knows, some of you might be next rankers in your upcoming CA exams. So I, on behalf of the entire KDUB branch and WICASA KDUB branch, wish you all the best for your upcoming exams. Have a happy learning.
Thank you so much, C. Anurag Gupta, sir. Now I request the branch chairman of Vasai branch, CA Daya Bansal ma'am, to address the meeting.
Thank you, Vimansha. Good morning, each and everyone who attended this seminar. First, I would congratulations to Dombivali Kalyan branch and the Vasai branch and others branches who is included in this seminar. Actually, this webinar is very important for all the students because in the CA field, there is a pass is overall a ranker. So from the pass stage to how to become the ranker, this webinar will help you. For that reason, in our mark sheet also fail word has been removed, that is become the successful and unsuccessful. So this unsuccessful and we can remove while after this webinar also, how we can crack our exam, how we can motivate it by others, how we can utilize our time with maximum utilization of this study work. I really thankful to WICASA team because managing give the instruction for the any webinar or seminar is very easy. But how to come at the end, how to start, how to manage all these events is not possible without the WICASA team. So I hats off to all the Dombivali Kalyan branch and WICASA branch and other the branches who are jointly doing this webinar. And with this, I welcome to all the session chairman, our moderator, and all the faculty also. All the best, take maximum benefit, and utilize your Sunday morning with this grateful session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I request our Vikasa Kalyan Dombivli branch vice chairperson, Naina, to address the meeting.
Good morning, everyone. On the behalf of the Kalyan Dombivli branch, it's my privilege to welcome you all to this grand event. We are truly honored to host CA Rajan Kabra, who is All India ranked 1 in the CA final exam with outstanding score. And we also welcome CA Jignesh Sipani, who is All India ranked 12, whose leadership as a vice chairperson of a WICASA student have inspired a countless students. We also welcome CA Yash Agarwal, All India ranker 39, who combines a professional expertise at a KPMG. We are equally privileged to welcome CA Hrudyesh Pankhania sir, known for his insightful mentorship and dedication to advancing the CA community, and CA Aashi Pansari ma'am, whose commitment and the leadership continues to empower a CA professionals. This year, inspired by our theme, Kaushalya Setu, the introduction of distinguished speakers will be presented by our talented volunteers, symbolizing a bridge of a skills and a knowledge connecting us all. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to our Vasai branch for co-hosting this event with us, and other branches for their invaluable contribution in making this webinar a grand success. So thank you, Mimanta.
Thank you, Nana. Now I request Rishi Shah to address from Vasai branch.
Thank you, Mimanta. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
On behalf of Vasai, I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you to today's session, Rankers Rise from Aspirants to AIR. At WICASA, our constant endeavor is to create opportunities that go beyond textbooks, platforms where students can interact, learn, and truly feel inspired. Today is one such moment where we are extremely delighted to bring together not just two host branches, but a collaboration of 19 CASA branches across the country, which shows the strength and unity and the spirit of learning that ICAI students always stands for. This session is extra special because we have among us achievers who have transformed their dreams into reality with sheer hard work and perseverance. Listening to them today will give us practical insights, motivations, and a strong belief that success is possible when we stay focused and determined. I also take this moment to sincerely thank our chairpersons, committee members, and student representatives from all collaborating branches for making this joint effort possible. It is because of such teamwork that we can present meaningful sessions like this for our fellow students. To all participants here today, I encourage you to be fully engaged, ask your questions, and make the most of the live Q&A opportunity. Remember, today's learning could be the stepping stone for your own AIR journey tomorrow. On behalf of entire WICASA family, I once again welcome you. Let's learn, interact, and get inspired together. Thank you.
Thank you, Krishi. Now I request Dhruvi Parmar to introduce CA Rajan.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rovita Parmar. I am the Secretary of Vikasa Vasai, and it is my honor to introduce our distinguished speaker of the day, CA Rajan Kabra sir. He is a remarkable achiever who has made history in the Chartered Accountancy course by securing All India Rank 1 in both CA Final and CA Intermediate, along with an extraordinary 378 out of 400 in CA Foundation, the highest score in the ICI history. Sir was pursuing his industrial training with the Boston Consultancy Group, Mumbai, where he was contributing to high impact management consultancy program. He has previously worked with B. Maheshwari and Company in debt advisory and project finance, and with BSR and Company LLP, a KPMG network firm specializing in corporate and international taxation. Beyond academics and work, he has pursued several certifications in consulting, strategy, and blockchain, and he has been recognized for his leadership skills through various roles, including as Master of Ceremonies at ICI Vikasa events. He strongly believes in practical learning and continuous growth, making him a true role model for all young professionals. Today, we are privileged to have him with us to share his journey, insights, and experiences. Please join me in welcoming CA Rajan Kabra, sir.
Thank you so much, Dhruvi. Now, for the next, I would like to invite Harshal Kiledar, our volunteer from Kalyan Dombivli branch, to address CA Jignesh Sipani sir.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Very warm good morning to all respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, fellow students, and dear friends. Today, it is my privilege to speak about an inspiring achiever, CA Jignesh Sipani sir, who secured the impressive All India Rank 12 in the esteemed Chartered Accountancy Final Examination. CA Jignesh Sipani's journey is a remarkable tale of excellence, perseverance, and dedication. He has not only excelled in the CA final by securing All India Rank 12 but has also demonstrated his academic prowess in other prestigious examinations, including All India Rank 2 in CMA final and All India Rank 15 in CMA Intermediate. His achievements are the testament to the power of hard work and unwavering focus. Behind this rank lies a story of silent struggles and sleepless nights. Jinesh's journey has been marked by determination, disciplined preparation, and support of family and mentors. His commitment to consistent effort pushed him past every challenge, making his story not just about marks but about personal growth and achievement. Besides his academic accolades, Jignesh Sipani sir has served as the vice chairperson of WICASA Surat, contributing positively to the student community and demonstrating leadership qualities that go beyond academics. His journey is an inspiration to all the CA aspirants, showing that with the right attitude and relentless hard work, dreams are achievable. As we celebrate his success, let us remember that ranks are not just figures, they represent relentless effort and the courage to overcome obstacles. Jignesh Sipani sir's achievements encourages us all to set higher goals and pursue them with zeal. Let us congratulate CA Jignesh Sipani sir on his well-deserved success and let his story motivate each of us to strive for the excellence in our own journeys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Harshit. So, as the theme of Kalyan Dombivli Vikasa states Kaushalya Setu, where we promote our student, with that, I request Anisha, our volunteer from Kalyan Dombivli branch, to introduce our our esteemed guest, CA Yash Agarwal.
Before I start giving introduction about Yash Mahesh Agarwal, I just wanted to give few lines about me. Hi everyone, my name is Anisha Jadwani, a CA final student currently undergoing articleship in valuation domain from KNAV. Alongside my professional journey, I have been an anchored at the National Conference of CA students organized by WICASA KDUB. And now it's my privilege to welcome someone who has translated focus and determination into remarkable success. CA Final All India Rank 39 Yash Mahesh Agarwal. Yash isn't just a rank holder on a paper. During his articleship at KPMG, he has handled audit for some of the biggest names in the financial world, from top mutual funds to large corporates. He is being recognized with multiple awards for his outstanding work, which is truly rare at such a young stage, I think. But but what makes Yash even more inspiring is that his achievements even go beyond academics. He is being a black belt in martial arts with medals at the national level competitions, proving that discipline and dedication, whether in sports or studies, always pays off. He has also mentored students through CSR activities, showing that giving back to society is just as important as personal success. So today, we are not just hearing from a rank holder, but from someone who embodies focus, balance, and perseverance. Let's welcome and hear from an All India rank CA Yash Mahesh Agarwal sir.
Thank you, Anisha.
Thank you, Anisha.
Thank you.
Now I request Manas to introduce our session chairman, CA Hrudyesh Pankhani sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Manas Dandekar. I am a CA finalist and I have been associated with Vikasa since the past 4 to 6 months. It's my honor today to introduce CA Aashi Pansari. She is a chartered accountant and the managing director of Aashi Tech. She brings a deep understanding.
I request Dhruvi Parmar to introduce Hrudyesh sir.
Hrudyesh Pankhania sir, with an experience of 15 years and mentoring and training over 1 lakh plus people face to face, has been a public speaker, personality development coach, and a mentor to professionals as well as students. He is the founder of Meadow Foundation, which trains, mentors, and organizes seminars, workshops, and socio-culture events, as well as educates the underprivileged in the society, and in the long run would want to have an adoption center and school from them. He is a chartered accountant, lawyer, postgraduate in commerce, NET qualified, DSA and FAFD certified, and also has been elected Regional Council member of Western Region of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. He mainly coaches students and professionals in public speaking, presentation skills, career guidance, GD, interviews, leadership, etc. He is a professional anchor, choreographer, and event manager for corporate and wedding events. Previously has been a bank auditor for 10 plus years and has audited including Central Statutory Audit, PSU banks, RBI, and foreign banks too. He believes in motivation thoughts are good, but motivational actions are better. So please welcome Hrudyesh Pankhania sir.
Thank you so much, Dhruvita.
Thank you, Dhruvika. Now I request Manas to introduce CA Aashi ma'am, the session moderator for today.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Manas Dandekar. I'm a CA finalist and I have been associated with WICASA since past 4 to 6 months. Today, it's my honor to introduce CA Aashi Pansari. She's a chartered accountant and a managing director of Aashi Tech. She brings a deep understanding of finance and strategic leadership, driving growth and innovation in the IT solutions industry. Her professional expertise spans across transfer pricing, special audits, and financial management. These skills are skills which she developed during her articleship and further strengthened through her internship at Novama, where she gained critical insights into the financial sector and business strategy. Beyond her technical career, Ashi has been actively involved in leadership and community roles. She served as a managing committee member of WIRC Vikasa, where she contributed to initiatives for students and young professionals, further refining her ability to lead, inspire, and foster innovation. At Architects, she is focused on empowering teams to deliver cutting edge IT solutions, aligning business operations with evolving technology trends, and meeting the dynamic needs of clients across India. A leader who blends financial acumen with strategic vision and a community spirit, CA Aashi Pansari continues to inspire professionals through her work, collaboration, and commitment to innovation. Let us all give her a warm welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manas. So with proceeding with the session, now I hand over this. Now I hand over the meeting to CA Jignesh Sipani sir, our session chairman, and the CA Aashi ma'am, the session moderator, to proceed with this webinar.
Sure. Thank you so much, Mimansa. Are all our great rankers here? I think Jignesh bhai, Rajan bhai, and Yash bhai are all three are. Can we pin them as well? And we could pin Aashi as well. Will we do that? Okay, till the time that we get Aashi and all our amazing three rankers on board, I hope all of you are excited, depending whether you're from foundation, inter, or final. So if I could see up all of you in the chat box, if everyone could just pen down in the chat, if you're from foundation, write down F. If you're from inter, write down I. If you're from final, write down FN. Very quickly. Come on, let me see how many of do we have. Inter foundation, remember foundation F, inter I, and final FN. Kya baat hai, kya baat hai, kya baat hai. So we've got an amazing blend of students. So before we actually get ahead with, and I'm sure our rankers are here, let me first of all thank the entire Kalyan Dombivli branch, the chairman, the WICASA chairman, Sir Anurag bhai, thank you so much. And the Vasai branch chairman, the WICASA Vasai chairman. And let me thank the entire committee the Vikasa committee of the Kalyan Dombivli and the Vasai, as well as I think across India, a lot of amazing Vikasas have, in fact, Vikasa, Sikasa, Nikasa, all of the Kasas of all 5 branches have joined. So thank you so much, guys, for organizing this. Taking a moment to thank all our 3 rankers. I think can first of all, wherever you are, pin down an amazing great for Rajan, Jignesh, and Yash for securing great ranks, not just at final level, but at inter levels too and earlier levels too. And the great somebody moderating session, we couldn't get a better moderator than Aashi, who's herself been a part, of course, being CA and herself being a part of Vikasa. All of these, I'm sure, it feels amazing, right? Being a CA student, moderating sessions, hosting sessions to now as a chartered accountant, being an entrepreneur herself and doing this. So great. So I'll just share maybe 2 things and then hand out over to Aashi. And we've got some amazing insights from the rankers that we have. I think to all the students, depending on their foundation, inter or final, I think just few things that you need to keep in mind. While a lot of talks will always prevail, कि भाई sir, do we need to get lucky to pass examinations? Do we need to get lucky to, get ranks? But naturally, for everything on this earth that you do, whether you want to pass an examination or you do want to do any work specifically, you might have to get lucky. But the question is, who is creating that luck? You yourself will have to create that luck for yourself, meaning after the most important, along with your luck, that's your karma, that whatever you're going to do, most importantly, will always prevail. Taking a session ahead, that a lot of us will talk about what all do we need to do. Ye pad lo, yahan se pad lo, wahan se pad lo. The most important things is going to be, the question is, how are you going to do up things? How are you going to study? And I'm sure today Aashi is going to ask such questions, to all our rankers, letting the ranker secrets know कि भाई उनको ये AIR 1, उनको AIR 12, उनको AIR 30, 40 कैसे आया हर लेवल पे. And I'm sure I request to each one of you, make sure if you're not carrying a pen and a notepad, you've got next 30 seconds, जहां भी कहीं बैठे हो, एक ग्रैब कर लो. बिकॉज अगर आप ये सोच रहे हो कि बाद में हम रिकॉर्डिंग देख लेंगे एवरीथिंग, लेट मी टेल यू द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड आई एम श्योर ऑल द रैंकर्स आर गोइंग टू से, if you note it down right away, it gets into your mind. You don't have to see a YouTube video again. While a lot of us will believe, चलो अभी तो ठीक है, थोड़ा देख लेंगे, बाद में हमारे पास रिकॉर्डिंग है. 5 years back this didn't exist, right? So when we studied, it never came कि बाद में हमारे पास रिकॉर्डिंग है, ये भाई जो अभी कर रहे हैं वैसा ही कर लो, दिमाग में अभी डालना है. Becomes most important. So my request to each one of you, sit with a pen and paper. Every insight that you are going to get now from these rankers, pen it down, दिमाग में डाल लो. आज का ये session, everybody who's attending, those 100+ students who are there, you're not just clearing, but you're clearing with amazing marks and rank. Trust me if you follow their advice. So make sure you're dedicated, because without dedication, things would not move. Possibly हम plan कर लेते हैं चीजें, it does not move in that manner, but without planning, things would not go. With this, let me invite, I'm going to be there during the session. Thank you so much once again. Let me invite CA Aashi Pansari, CA Jignesh Sipani, CA Rajan Kabra, and CA Yash Agarwal to this session. I'll request the team to kindly pin them up so that they can take up the session ahead. I'll pin it. क्या बात है. Aashi, are you there? Okay, while Aashi is just getting ready, कहते हैं लड़कियां हमेशा वक्त लगाती है. So हमारे पास moderator लड़की है, no doubt. So till that time Aashi gets in and Aashi kills me for this. Aashi is going to, my first one question to all these 3 rankers is, कैसे लग रहा है? How do you feel maybe as a student and now as a chartered accountant, I'm sure all of them are going to come to you, and I've already started coming in ke bhai aapne kaise kar liya. Just if agar 30 seconds mein if you to reply, what is the feeling after becoming chartered accountant? In fact, what is the feeling after getting rank? In 30 seconds, if you could describe. Rajan, let's start with you, who's got AIR 1 final, AIR 1 inter, AIR 1 foundation. मतलब ऐसे पहले से आप वो जब लाइन में लगे थे भगवान के पास, आप रैंक की लाइन लेके बैठे थे लगता है, राइट? राजन, हाउ डज इट फील? 30 seconds.
Yeah, so it's very ecstatic moment, especially for me, because of the fact that for me it was very special because my father got to know that I have secured an All India rank 1 before I got to know. So
Yeah.
that was a very proud moment for me and as well as my family. So that was the moment which I cherished till date because he knew it before I and my family knew it before me. So yeah, that was very good for me.
Excellent, excellent. Jignesh, how does it feel?
Is my voice audible?
Perfect.
Yeah. It feels really great because we just study for 2 years, 3 years, and then we just have to perform in 14 days, and we've just got 3 hours to write a paper. And then after a month or half a month, we get to know our rank. It feels जो efforts हमने दिए हैं, it's all worth it. The grin on our face of our parents, the hard work you have put in, it's like हो गया because लाइफ में आई बिलीव अब 2 बार ही मौका मिलता है. अभी आई गेस फाउंडेशन में रैंक्स आएंगे, 3 बार मौका मिलेगा लाइफ में. इधर यू गेट अ रैंक, you be a CA, you give it again. It's on you how you map it up, and it feels really great कि ये सब अच्छे से लाइन होता है. And that's it. Yeah.
Superb, superb. Yash bhai, how does it feel?
फीलिंग बहुत मस्त है. मीन्स आई डिड नॉट एक्सपेक्ट कि मुझे रैंक आएगा बिकॉज आई वाज नॉट अ रैंक एट इंटर लेवल. ऑलवेज वांटेड कि आना चाहिए, बट इवन पास भी हो जाता तो इतना ही खुश होता. बट अभी तो बहुत ही अच्छा लगता है.
Superb, superb. So I'm sure there are going to be a lot of amazing questions ke aapki strategy, and I'll request all of you to kindly share. For that, we've got amazing moderator Aashi Pansari, and I'm sure she's going to get the amazing secrets out of these rankers so that we could pass these to our students. Aashi, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible? Okay, so first of all, I would really like to thank Hrudyesh, sir, for always being there for me and for all students. You all can flood him with DMs with any of your questions. He's always supportive to everyone. And thank you, Manas, for such a warm introduction. So, guys, are you all excited for this session? Write it in the chats. We have to be super active in this entire session. So I am so glad to be here today alongside CA Rajan Kabra, who has done something we can only imagine, that is getting an AIR 1 in both CA Inter and Final. CA Jignesh Sipani, who not only got an AIR 12 in CA Final, but also AIR 2 in CMA Final and AIR at inter levels of both CA and CMA, while also being Vice Chairperson of Surat WICASA. And CA Yash Agarwal, who along with AIR 9 is also a black belt in martial arts. These people are extremely inspiring. They really prove that if you have the will, you can move mountains. So before we start discussing what we're here for, audience जल्दी से chat box में लिख दो कि आप कौन से attempt में appear कर रहे हो, so we can proceed accordingly. Is my voice not clear? Someone saying that in the chat.
It is clear. Others can listen.
Okay.
बीच में थोड़ा सा net, I think the voice and it's lagging, but the voice is clear.
Okay. Okay, great. So CA Rajan, let's start with you. सबसे पहला question, आप खाते क्या हो? How is it possible that you got AIR 1 in both inter and final?
So giving a very serious answer to this, जो मम्मी बोल देती है वो खा लेता हूँ.
फिर तो हमें आपकी मम्मी के साथ एक सेशन रखना पड़ेगा. Okay. And CA Jignesh, how did you exactly manage so many things? Like I myself was in WRC WICASA, so I know the kind of efforts and time that you need to put into this. So how did you exactly do WICASA and get ranks in both CA and CMA?
So the beautiful answer like this from WICASA only. It was the first time that मैंने WICASA as a student attend किया था, and there was a speaker who said really well, लाइफ में जो भी करो ना वो टाइम पे बेस्ट करो. So if I was in my office or I was at Vikasa, I used to give entire time there. So 2 साल no studies. The last year Vikasa छोड़ दिया, office छोड़ दिया, then only studies. So whatever was the thing, I believe we should give the best, and the results are really awesome. Being on the process, yes.
Right, very right. Please said. Coming to CA Yash, how did you feel when you got the rank? Were you like always a bright student, or was this the first time that you got a rank?
No, actually, I was not a very bright student. मतलब school in 10th standard I scored only 80 marks. So I was not a very bright. तो जब आई थी तो बहुत अच्छा लगा. I always wanted to. So it was very good feeling when it came.
Okay, so for those of y'all who have never gotten a rank before, CA Yash has set a perfect example here. If you haven't entered CA final with a rank, you can definitely leave like a ranker. Okay, so CA Rajan, now we know that you've done industrial training at BCG. For our audience, since most of them are appearing after September 26 and they still have time to start industrial training, what do you suggest? Should they go for industrial training? And what was your thought process when you joined BCG?
So for the students, because now they have a 6-month leeway at least after their articleship and between the exams, I think they should definitely go for the industrial training. One, for the exposure and the experience, and second, because they have time. Sorry.
Rajan sir, your voice is not audible.
Okay.
Like it's a bit low.
Okay, sure. So first thing I would say, because of the exposure and experience, you should obviously go for it. And second is because you have time. So for someone like us, who had 3 years of articleship, like I got a 4-month leave from BCG. But for someone like you guys and you were going to give attempts after September 25 and Jan 26, all of you would have close to 7 or 8 months of leaves. So you should definitely go for it. And time should not be a consideration while going for industrial training. And obviously get a very good experience and exposure.
So how did you exactly manage your studies with BCG? Because from what I've heard, BCG is very hectic.
Yeah. So while I was planning my 3 years down the line, for my CA final preparation, I considered that, the 4 months in BCG, before exam, the 4 months in BCG, I would not be able to study anything. And hence I planned it accordingly that I can complete at least my lectures till the BCG time. And I was only left with the amendments in direct taxation. So I planned it in a way that for that 4 months, I'm not going to study anything and I will not be able to get a time to study. So that was how I planned it.
Okay, great. Okay, so audience, can you take a guess कि हमारे rankers ने कितने revisions किए होंगे? जिसने correct answer दिया, Hrudyesh sir will give you all a gift. 4, 5, 3, 1. Okay. Okay, so the rankers will only tell us what the correct answer is. Rajan, let's start with you. Can you briefly walk us through, like you just told us, you planned your lectures according to your 4-month leave. So can you briefly walk us through exactly when did you start your lectures? When did you finish them? How did you revise?
Okay, so I might have started a lecture, say for example, in December 2022. So I gave my intermediate in May 2022, joined articleship in September. So I started the lectures in December 2022. Tried to complete most of them by somewhere close to September 2024. So around 2 years were dedicatedly given to lectures. And I was a guy who never used to watch the lectures or view the lectures from a point of view that, I have to write these things in exams. So my only aim was understanding the subject, understanding what are the core principles of that particular subject, and enjoying the lectures, enjoying what the teachers has to say and explain the concepts. That was my attitude towards lectures always. So then came BCG. That was 4 months till December 2024, in which you can practically say that I did study nothing except doing amendments of direct taxation. That was my overall part. Basically, my focus was on lectures during the 2 years of my articleship, and the industrial training, there was no time as such. Then, if you want to, in the study leave, it was more or less I did around 3 odd revisions. That was it.
So how did you manage 3 revisions in just 4 months?
Yeah, so talking about the 3 revisions in 4 months. So the first revision of more or less that I have to cover every single page of the book and something of that sort. We can not call it a revision, but it was like a first reading kind of thing, which took around 1.5 to 2 months. Second revision taking around 1 month, 1 month, 5 days, and the last revision was the remaining part. So basically dividing the 4 months into like 2 plus 1.25 and the remaining 0.75. So that was the overall thing.
Okay. And did you use ICAI modules?
So for almost all subjects, I use ICI module except direct taxation, for which I use the faculty's material.
Okay, great. Audience, if you have any follow-up questions, you can write it in the chat box. We'll try to address them as well. Jignesh, can we move on to you? Can you explain your CA journey?
या सो राजन से एकदम उल्टी जर्नी मेरी है। जब राजन सेट के मैंने पहले 2 साल में लेक्चर्स खत्म किए थे। माय जर्नी स्टार्टेड 2 साल के बाद लेक्चर स्टार्ट करेंगे। सो द May 22 अगेन राजन के साथ क्लियर हुआ मेरा एंड वी गाइस आर गुड फ्रेंड्स सिंस इंटरमीडिएट। उसके बाद आई वाज लाइक मुझे प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपीरियंस ज्यादा चाहिए बिकॉज द प्लेस वेयर आई वांट टू गो, जहाँ पे मुझे खुद का कुछ करना है, आई नीड टू बिल्ड कनेक्शंस, आई नीड टू बिल्ड कम्युनिकेशन हैबिट्स। सो आई हैव जॉइंड विकासा फॉर अ ईयर 23 से 24 along with my articleship. So articleship was less of articleship and more of a job wherein सुबह जाओ रात को लेट आओ. So again पढ़ाई का टाइम ही नहीं मिलता था because we had Vikasa and then we had our office. So it was around June 24 जहाँ पे सब बंद हुआ. Then I started seeing the lectures. So even I didn't knew कि यार पहला पेपर FR है, दूसरा पेपर ये है, तीसरा पेपर ये है. बाद में ही सारा स्टार्ट किया. But then again I had nothing on my table. I've started with my lectures, everything from ICI module except for audit and DT. And उसके बाद जब कुछ था नहीं करने को, सिर्फ पढ़ाई थी करने के लिए, सो लर्निंग को बहुत फास्ट डेवलप होता है बिकॉज यू हैव स्टडीड देन अगेन यू रिवाइज, देन अगेन यू रिवाइज, देन अगेन यू रिवाइज. सो द नेक्स्ट कॉन्सिक्वेंट रिविजन्स टेक्स लेस ऑफ योर टाइम एंड अगेन आप बार बार कर रहे हो सो रिटेंशन बहुत बढ़िया रहता है. सो ऑन एन एवरेज 3 to 4 revisions and for subjects like audit probably 1-2 revisions more than that. That's it.
Audit 1-2 revisions only.
उसके ज्यादा मतलब on an average 5 to 6 revisions.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Yash, can we move on to you?
Yes, so after inter results only I started with the lectures. So my classes they started in weekends, they used to be the lectures, और weekdays पे I used to revise जो भी classes में मैंने पढ़ा है. तो before study leave, my study leave started in December 25. So means before that I have completed all the lectures, और I ensure that I complete one time revision also myself जो भी मेरे doubts है, so that clear हो जाए, so that study leave में ज़्यादा time waste नहीं हो on the doubts. Okay, so इन ड्यूरिंग आर्टिकलशिप मैंने एक बार लेक्चर्स खत्म कर दिया एंड वन टाइम रिवीजन भी मेरा हो गया था वो टाइम पे. एंड इन स्टडी लीव आई डिड 4 or 5 रिवीजन एंड ऑडिट के लिए 6-7 रिवीजन आई डिड. एंड ऑल द रिसोर्सेज फ्रॉम ICI मॉड्यूल एक्सेप्ट टैक्स के लिए मैंने मेरे क्लासेस के यूज किए थे. दैट्स इट.
Great. So what we can see here in common is that all our anchors have used ICAI modules, and Yash and Rajan completed their lectures during articleship. Jignesh, again, he did the lectures 2 years later, so it's not impossible to get a rank even if you start late. Okay. So audience, do you want us to have a rapid fire round now? If yes, then let me know which ranker should we start with. Okay, I think we have more votes for Rajan. Okay. So Rajan, it's a rapid fire round. Try to answer in 1 to 2 words max and quickly. What was your weirdest stress buster?
There's nothing as such weird.
Okay, what was your biggest stress buster?
Talking with my parents.
Okay, great. Who was the first person you called after you got your results?
So 2 of my mentors, I just texted them, and 2 of my friends.
Okay. Your favorite actress?
Sorry?
Your favorite actress?
I think this is not the right platform to answer that.
Okay, fine. The subject that made you cry?
Audit, obviously.
So did you actually cry?
Yeah. I had a break. We obviously have breakdowns.
Okay. How many hours did you sleep every day?
8.
Wow. Okay. What would you do if you were made the ICAI president for one day?
This is like not a one or two word thing. I guess this would be a long discussion.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
So if obviously there should be some reforms for the students, also some kind of branding for the CA firms so that they could solicit some clients, not from advertising point of view, but a branding point of view. So that is one point which I can think of. I think that's
Great. Okay, fine. So now I had put out a poll on my Instagram, YouTube, and Telegram for today's session, and the most asked question was about this one particular subject. ये वो subject है जिसके exam के लिए appear करने जाए तो neighbors को लगता है अरे ये तो घूमने जा रहा है. So I'm sure you all have already guessed the subject. Let's move to IBS. We all know that IBS में इतनी सारी books होती है, इतने सारे subjects होते हैं that most students waste most of their time just trying to find answers during the exams. So how do we exactly deal with this subject? Yash, you can tell us how we can prepare for this subject in advance. Jignesh, you can tell us how to approach it during the paper. And Rajan, tell us which material to carry and how to exactly organize it in an effective way in the exam. Yash, please start.
So I think we should give a mock test, at least 2 mock tests in the study leave, so we can understand what all things we are doing right and what all. During giving the test, I realized that I was wasting a lot of time in finding the answers. Instead of that, I should have written the answers which I know. So you can take the paper, देख लो कौन से questions आ रहे हैं, you know कि ये वाला question तो ये book का है, यहाँ पर मिल जाएगा. Write that. Don't waste time on finding the answers. First सारे लिख के हो जाए, then we can write कि जो नहीं मिल रहे थे उसको ढूंढ के लिख सकते हैं. So I think giving the mock test will help you during the study day.
And should we study for this subject अलग से?
No, means study यही हो गया. Mock test is only study. So at least एकदम exam environment में I think you should give the mock test.
Okay, great. Jignesh, please go ahead.
Yeah, so coming to IBS, I believe अगर अपन सब्जेक्ट्स को ब्रेक डाउन करें, राजन विल अग्री विथ मी, इवन यश विल, एक या दो सब्जेक्ट ऐसे होने चाहिए जो अपने एग्रीगेट बूस्टर हो, सो इट विल बूस्ट योर एग्रीगेट स्कोर. And I believe IBS is one of those because you have the book, you know where it is. आपको सिर्फ टाइम से जीतना है. You just have 4 hours. आप क्या इफेक्टिवली जल्दी ढूंढ सकते हो. It's all about time study and motion study. How quickly I'm able to find the answers and how quickly I'm able to arrange my table so that my motion is minimal. So in this first thing, time study मुझे फटाफट कैसे मिलेगा. So I have heard lot of students, यार वो फैकल्टी का इंडेक्स बुक है वो लेके जाते हैं, वो बहुत हेल्प करेगा. अरे आई एम लाइक, इंडेक्स बुक क्यों हेल्प करेगा? अगर आपने मॉड्यूल पढ़ी है, आपने कोई फैकल्टी की बुक पढ़ी है, कि आपको माइंड में इतना तो पता होगा कि ये चैप्टर का ये टॉपिक ये पेज पे. सो आई बिलीव द फर्स्ट मोशन स्टडीज में हम ये सीखते हैं कि इंडेक्स इज नॉट दैट रेलिवेंट. इट शुड बी इन योर ब्रेन कि कौन सा टॉपिक कहाँ पे है, इंक्लूडिंग लॉ, इंक्लूडिंग कॉस्टिंग. सो दिस इज फर्स्ट थिंग जहां पे अपना टाइम बच सकता है. बिकॉज एग्जाम टाइम पे इट फील्स सो लाइक मुझे सब आता है, बस मेरे पास टाइम नहीं कि वो देख पाऊं. सेकेंड थिंग, आई बिलीव जहां पे मैंने भी बहुत मेरे कलीग्स को देखा है, कॉस्टिंग एंड लॉ इज अ सब्जेक्ट जो बहुत निग्लेक्टेड होता है. एसपीएम के टाइम पे विल जस्ट रीड अप एंड रिवीजन दिख के चले जाएंगे. इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आईसीआई की बुक अपन देख के जाए. बिकॉज आई हैव सीन इन माय एग्जाम जो भी हुआ था मई में, सारे मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस आईसीआई की बुक से ही थे. इवन इलस्ट्रेशंस को उठा के डाला था. सो अगर कोई फैकल्टी की बुक में जाएंगे, वो केस लॉ कभी डालेगा, कभी नहीं डालेगा, कभी इलस्ट्रेशन डालेगा, नहीं डालेगा. सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आईसीआई की बुक अगर अपन ने पढ़ी हो, सो द इलस्ट्रेशन जैसी क्वेश्चन पेपर विल सी, विल क्लिक, यार यहाँ पे दिखा था, एंड अगेन आप बुक निकाल के देख लोगे. दिस वन अगेन थिंग, आईसीआई की बुक एंड रीड ऑल द इलस्ट्रेशंस एंड अंडरस्टैंड इट. अच्छा, वन मोर थिंग, टाइम स्टडी, मोशन स्टडी में अपनी जो बेंच ऑर्गेनाइज कैसे करते हैं. सो इफ इट्स अलाउड एट योर एग्जामिनेशन सेंटर, आई रिकमेंड टू ऑल ऑफ यू, प्लीज फॉलो करना. सो इट इज वेरी सिंपल. एक कार्टून बॉक्स आता है जो आईसीएम में, जिसमें अपनी बुक्स आती है. यू अरेंज योर बुक्स वर्टिकली, ऊपर बुक के स्ट्रिप पे सब्जेक्ट का नाम लिख दो, कौन सी बुक है. नाउ आप सेंटर में बैठो, आपके लेफ्ट में एक बॉक्स रहेगा जिसमें सिर्फ ग्रुप 1 की बुक्स रहेगी, आपके राइट में एक बॉक्स रहेगा जिसमें ग्रुप 2 की बुक्स रहेगी, और आपके एक और राइट में एक बॉक्स रहेगा जिसमें आप सारे रेफरेंस मटेरियल्स डालोगे. सो यू आर वेरी सॉर्टेड कि अगर एफआर उठाना है, हाथ से एफआर निकलेगा. अगर आप पाइलिंग करोगे बुक्स की, सो आप बुक बीच में से उठाओगे, कुछ बुक्स गिर जाएगी, कुछ बुक्स इधर हो जाएगी, बहुत मेसी होएगा. सो अगेन ये चीज से मे बी आप 5 to 10 मिनट्स आराम से सेव कर सकते हो जस्ट बाय ऑर्गेनाइजिंग योर टेबल. बॉक्स से लेके जाओ एंड okay, fine, you get a box there and put the books in the boxes so that you can easily pick and match the books we want, because it's at a fixed places. So that's it, and focus on ISEC material. I believe that's the only point, because even in audit where we use the faculty material, even in our exams there was a question from ICI module. So if someone would have read the ICI module, would have easily clicked it, yeah, a question yahan pe, it can be easily solved. So yeah, that's it.
Great. I think that was some really valuable the arrangement of books that you spoke about. That was really valuable. Okay, Rajan, moving on to you.
I think both of them have mostly covered the things, but just combining what both of them have said, one thing which Yash mentioned is giving mock is very much important for IBS, and also organizing your books. So what I did was, while you're actually giving mock, replicate the situation on exam. Say for example, I'm going to keep FR books on the left right corner, left corner, left upper corner, or the AFM books on the right corner. I just kept those stimulating that situation while I'm giving the mock itself, so that I know ki in the exam FR books will be on the left hand side, AFM books on the right hand side, so it's very easy to catch them. So that was kind of stimulation which you create. So just combining both of what both of them have said, when you're giving mock, create that stimulation so that you can easily access books.
Great. And what material did you exactly use? Because the ICAI DT module is really vast. So do you suggest that and for the
I would
subjects as
say,
well?
for the 5 subjects, which are the normal 5 papers, you should refer the material that you have used for studying the 5 subjects. It may be the faculty book, it may be the ICI material, whatever you are using, take that only, because it will be easy to find answers, because you might have read it at least twice or thrice, and hence you have that photographic memory, you can easily find it out. So that for the 5 main subjects. For costing and law, you should obviously take ICI material and an index in case you have not seen the ICI material. Because someone like me, I did not see the ICI material as such. I only saw the revision videos of 2-3 faculties and just went through the ICI material just for fun kind of situation. So for that, you need an index in that case, because you have not gone through the ICI material, at least for costing and law. For other subjects, because you have already read to the faculties material and or ICI material, whatever you have taken, it's easy to manage.
Great. I think they've covered all the points really well. ठीक है, let's move on to discussing mock tests. I personally feel mock tests are really important because you understand the exam pattern, the time that you're taking in writing answers, how should you approach the reading time, how should you approach answers. What are your thoughts on it? We can start with Jignesh.
So mocks is, I believe, very important from the first time. जब हम block, so first I believe if the arrangement is suitable, we should start with block tests. So if I've, let's say, studied 4 to 5 chapters of audit, I'll make it a block and give a test of it. So that could be the first phase of blocks. And then again, if we are done with the subject, we'll give a full test. And then if done for all the subjects, then we'll start giving exact ICI test, which is of 3 hours with 15 minutes of reading time. So that helps. I believe around 3 to 4 mocks on an average is enough for each subject, depending on the time we have. But mocks is very important, because when we used to give mock, we realized ki MCQ, when should we attend? When should we attempt question number 1 of each and every subject? And how to utilize that 15 minutes very wisely, how to allocate the time in each and every question. If there's a theory question, when I'll attempt it. So this time management teaches, time management, I believe, is everything in 3 hours paper, and it is not taught in when writing the mocks. So I believe mock writing is important, and 3 mocks is a decent number of times it could be helpful. Yeah.
And so you appeared for 3 to 4 mocks for each subject, 3 to 4 full mocks,
Yes.
and
Yes.
block tests for
Yes.
all subjects.
Yes.
Great. Yash, can we move on to you?
Yeah, so I think giving mock is very important, but giving which paper is also important. So I used to give ICI papers only, the past exam papers. By giving those papers, I used to save time on solving that paper because I do not have to separately solve those papers. And after giving the past exam papers, I used to compare with the certified copies of the rankers, the previous rankers. So where I went wrong, what I have to write more to get that much marks. Okay, so in YouTube, you generally get the certified copies. So I think everybody should give ICI past paper instead of following any other test series, because those are made based on those papers only. So those you can give. If you don't have papers, you can also give the mock test and do the evaluation yourself. Okay.
So you're saying that we should give the past papers of
Yes,
ICAI?
yes. From May
Okay.
24, I think syllabus was changed. From that, I think we have 3 papers now. So you will save time on solving that paper also separately.
Okay. Great. Rajan?
So there's nothing to add as such, but I think I personally felt mock papers for me it was I generally wrote mock paper just for writing practice because it has been around 2 years and you have not written anything from your CA intermediate. Like it's not for everyone, but for me it was that I did not have a writing practice and not a grip on the pen, and hence for me the main reason was to do a good writing practice. But I would like to disagree with both Jinesh and Yash on this from my perspective. I did not write any block tests for particular chapters. I think at the end of the day you're going to write a 3 hour full syllabus tests, and it's better that if you practice that thing as compared to chapter wise test. So on that and on past papers, because most of the past papers are generally covered in the question banks of the teachers, and hence when you are writing a past paper you already know most of the questions. So then what's the point of writing the paper if you know the questions? So this was my perspective. Obviously, I think everyone has a different perspective here. But I think at the end of the day, what is important is you do a writing practice and you sit in that exam environment.
So do you suggest students go for ICAI mock tests or a third-party mock test?
So as I said, because for me, the quality of questions was not important. What was important for me is that at least, I have a writing hand or I have a grip on my hand. That was important. So you can do a mix of both. You can also opt for ICI and maybe take some other mock tests as well, depending on what your style of practice is and what is your main motive for writing. Because I suggest some of my friends to write mocks because they have a very slow handwriting. They could not complete the papers in intermediate. And hence it is very important to write mocks for final. So that is one of the reasons which I tell them. So depending on what is your reason for writing mock, if you want to write mock to analyze yourself, then maybe you should go for ICI level papers. But if your reason is just to, get a grip on your hand or maybe increase your speed, then it is better that you write some other paper. This is what I want to say.
Okay, great. So like we can see, all 3 rankers have a different approach when it comes to mock tests, but all of them did appear for mock tests. So that is very important. Don't skip mock tests, and you can evaluate yourself whatever works best for you. You can get a rank doing giving block tests or not giving block tests, giving ICAI mock tests or past papers. So you evaluate that for yourself, but don't skip mock tests. Great. Okay. So now, as we all understand, that CA is a very, very taxing course. It takes away a lot from you when you're preparing. But when you clear, it gives you much more than it ever took away. So what was that one thing that kept you motivated throughout your journey? Let's start with Rajan.
Talking about one thing, there's nothing as such that kept me, because I always had a thing in mind that if you're entering into a course or if you're entering into some kind of, not only course, but some kind of work experience, anything, you have to go out as one of the best experiences and be the best in it. So the only motivating factor for me was that I have to give my 100%. I do not want any regrets later after getting my results that I did not give my best, or even after writing my exams that, I could not give my best. So that was the main motive for me that drove me throughout the 3 years, at least of the final journey, and also earlier. So, I did not want any regrets later in life. So that was a motivating factor for me.
Great. Yash, can we move on to you?
Yeah, so nothing much, but actually I always wanted to become chartered accountant. So I always think if fatafat I should become a chartered accountant. So that was only the motivating factor. And even my parents also used to say, jaldi jaldi become CA. So that's what motivated me.
So your parents and
Yes,
the fact that you
me
wanted
also.
to.
Yes.
Okay. Jinesh?
Yeah, so motivating factor was, as I said in the beginning, we probably had the last time wherein we can get a rank. So probably the last time in life wherein we can get a rank in final. So that was again a motivating factor. And even Rajan will believe with me, though he's not telling. But once you have proven record that you had a rank in Inter, your family, your social group will keep on pitching you. अरे तेरा result तो बताइए क्या आने वाला है? Which rank did you get? And just imagine for a second that if you don't get a rank, what you will go through. So that was a kind of pressure as well, but it motivates you on the other end as well. So I believe that was a motivation which we got from our surrounding, that you can do it and you'll get it. And again, inner hope ki yaar chahiye, because it's the last time wherein we can perform our best. And then as Rajan said, focus on the process and give your best. So that was, yes. So giving the best is important, and then results were automatically following the theme. Yeah.
That actually sounds really stressful. People telling you कि rank तो आनी ही है. How did you all deal with that stress?
Rajan, first, I believe you should answer this.
Yeah, so for me, when I sat on those 4 months leave, most of my friends had, already gone for their leaves. So these guys were asking doubts on DT, IDT, and I had just started with Group 1 preparations. So for me, during that time, it was like, there's a pressure all around. Then also people are asking doubts, which are crazy. I've not even started studying those things. So that was a very pressurized moment. From that point of view, what I did was I cut off all my, just keep a very small group of people with me, 4 or 5 friends, cut off all other social contacts just for the sake of it. And then reminded myself or completely forgot that I've got a rank in intermediate. So that was my motivation, getting out of that social group and circle and just forgetting that you have received a rank, you got a rank in intermediate. That was a way in which I kind of went through that stress buster situation.
Great. Dinesh, do you want to add something?
Yeah, so again, as Rajan said, that our mental peace is a lot, even especially during our last couple of months, wherein we have to give our 120% in revising and memorizing what you have learned, because it's the last 1 or 2 months wherein you study the most technical theory part. And a bit of distraction or bit of a social hindrance ki yaar tujhe leke aana, you are a ranker, you have to do it. It creates a lot of pressure as well. And the best part, wherein we were a group of couple of friends and we decided we'll not use our smartphones. We'll take a Nokia wala button wala phone. We'll have a new SIM in there and we'll just be connected to 3 or 4 friends. That's it. So that was done. So no WhatsApp, no Instagram, no YouTube, no Reels, nothing. Just 4 to 5 quality people wherein you really discuss things, you really discuss studies. That's it. So just being separated from those stuff helps you a lot.
So, Rajan, did you also use a Nokia Dabba phone?
No, I was active on WhatsApp, YouTube, LinkedIn, everything.
Okay. Yeah, I think you don't have an Instagram account, right?
No, I don't have one.
Okay, great. ठीक है. So, I think we should move on to another rapid fire round. Who should we start with, audience? Okay. Dinesh, let's start with you. I think someone's mic is on. Could you please mute yourself? Yeah. Okay, ready, Dinesh?
Yeah.
First thing that you will do with your salary as a CA.
I probably feel giving back to the society is what taught by the parents, and it would go to that cause only, giving back to the society, any ways which I could give.
Okay, great. Your most used excuse to skip social events.
I'm sick.
Okay. If ICAI was a person, what would you tell them right now?
तो इश्क है पर इतना मुश्किल क्यों?
Oh,
ये
wow,
प्यार
wow.
इतना मुश्किल क्यों?
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. One app you couldn't survive without during CA preparations other than YouTube.
Come back.
One app that you couldn't survive without other than YouTube. Am I not audible?
Nothing. You are audible. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
One app, probably, probably music app, any music app. Yeah.
Right.
Music app, that's it. The morning, yeah.
Your guilty pleasure habit while studying.
Sleep. Naps.
How many hours did you sleep for every day?
8 to 9.
Great, okay. Your biggest distraction while studying.
friends who are not doing CA, but pretending that they know a lot about CA.
Okay. And last question, what would you do if not CA?
MBA.
Great. I think you can still do that. Are you planning on?
No. As of now, no.
Okay. Okay, audience, I hope you're liking today's session. Please stay active in the chat. ठीक है. Abhi audience, we know that a lot of everyone works hard in CA. CA में मेहनत कौन नहीं करता है? फिर भी the result is only 15 to 20%. Why can't the other 80% people clear? So I think the difference is in the approach of rankers and people who are unfortunate to not clear. Yash, can we start with you? Can you tell us what was different in your approach as compared to someone who probably couldn't clear?
So actually, I think people study to pass, but I study to gain the knowledge. Okay, so once you study in such a way that you get a knowledge of every subject, then results would automatically follow you. So I think everybody should gain a study from getting a knowledge perspective. Like if you're studying audit, you should know everything. It is not like if it's allocated marks is 10 marks, so you should know that much amount of content, or you should know everything, right? So from knowledge perspective, you study, then it really helps.
Okay, so usually people say कि CA में रट्टा मारना पड़ता है, you have to rote learn everything. I think Rajan also said that he didn't rote learn, he tried to understand everything, right? Okay, Rajan, can you go ahead?
Yeah, I think what's most important is the mindset. You know, a very positive mindset is required because this is a very long course, at least from intermediate to final, because you have 3 years, you're doing your articleship, you're doing your industrial training if you're going for one. And there's a lot of things involved. Some of us might move out of our homes for getting into an articleship and, move out of our hometown and all stuff. So because this is a very long process, you have to have a very positive and very high determination and a positive mindset during this journey. And I think that is particularly which helped me. And also consistently, consistently showing up every single day. Even if you are doing articleship, you do not have time, you just have 1 hour every single day to study. But showing up at 1 hour, that 1 hour and not procrastinating was something that might have helped me is what I think.
So consistency and the right mindset is the key. Great. Jignesh?
Yeah, same like Rajan said, consistency and just giving the best. So it's just as we see lean manufacturing. So it's lean study, the best next every day. So if I've studied yesterday, how could I improve my efficiency in the next day? So that's what I used to focus on. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, great. Now, Rajan, did you have self-doubts and negative feelings during your CA journey, and how did you deal with them?
So obviously you have some kind of breakdown, some kind of a very negative movements. At least not a, but during the CA journey I did not have much. But at least in the the study leave period you have them more because you're all alone. You're at home. You're not going outside, and you have very small close set of people to whom you're talking. So during those time, for me what was very important was I used to talk with my parents a lot on this particular issue as well. Uh, so so for that particular case, it was like, whenever I used to break down, I used to talk with my sister, I used to talk with the 2, 3 of my friends and my parents, and then used to tell me, there is no need to take any particular stress, even if you pass, that's fine for us. There is no need to get a particular rank, or, you can do it. And they had a very positive attitude towards how exactly things should function. So that was something that helped me. And obviously, I think because this is a very long journey, at least in the study leave or sometime during the CA preparation, there would be breakdowns, but it is very important to get back on the track once you have had a breakdown or had a kind of very negative situation. Yeah.
So what I'm understanding from the three of y'all is that it's very important to have a close set of people that you can talk to, that, they're there to support you. Now, some people are saying that if your family doesn't support you, how do you deal with it? I think you have a close set of friends that you can turn to. Jignesh, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, it's very true. Your close friends, because it said na you are the average of 4 to 5 good friends you talk to, and I believe that's the answer to each and every problem you have during your CA journey. If you are having a low day, it's okay. You just talk to your friend, yeah, yeah, and what could be done. And the best part is your friend will reply, "चल बाहर चलते हैं, कुछ खा पी के आते हैं." So having those kind of friends, you uplift you when you are down. It's just not less than a blessing. And be it the parents not supporting, be it you had a great day, be it you had study disturbances, but the people wherein you can rejuvenate matters a lot, because that will help you bringing your efficiency back. So yeah.
Great. Okay, Yash, CA requires very long hours of studies, right? So how do you prevent burnout and maintain consistency for such long hours?
Actually, I think we should consider study as our job, means everybody does their job. If you consider study as a job, means your father is working, your mother is working. If this is your job, then you have to do it. So means, and also we can say that if we are doing right now, then we do not have to study again later on.
Correct, right. Do the three of y'all have any activities or anything that you did when you felt burnt out other than talking to your friends?
I think, in order to avoid burnout, it's better
Just
that
a
you
second, Rajan. I think someone's mic is on. Could you please mute it? Yeah, Rajan, please go ahead.
So I think in order to avoid burnouts, and also so that when you have a burnout, it's better to sleep because and talk with your friends. Because I think once around the time, people usually forget that you have, they just think of a point of view, you have to study 12 to 14 hours a day, and they forget about getting a good sleep. So I think, one of the important factors for me as a, not to have a burnout, and also one thing that helped me, because I had only 4 month leave, so there was nothing for a burnout. Someone who have a 5, 6 months, or someone who is studying for a year, maybe they would usually have burnouts. So that helped for me.
Okay. Jignesh, Yash, would you like to add something?
Yeah, well, pursue your hobby, and sleeping is one thing. Yeah, definitely. I love playing piano. So whenever I had burnout, just close the room, turn on the AC, sit, relax, and play the piano as much as you want till the time you feel okay. So that was really a coping mechanism for me.
Okay.
I think on burnouts, you can talk to your parents, means you can use that time effectively by talking to them. ऐसे भी नहीं लगेगा कि you are not talking with your family and all. And
Right.
generally talk other than study related topic. So what I used to do every day, used to have my breakfast, lunch, dinner with my family. So sometimes my mother, sometimes my sister, sometimes with father. So we used to have a non-study related talk. So we do not used to feel ki there is a study environment. So because we are talking, we are living normal life like I do right now when there's no study pressure. Okay. Instead of means
Great.
watching television and all, you may talk to your parent uh, during your lunch time or break times.
Great, great. Okay, so since we have audience from Inter CA as well, and they've requested this, can Rajan and Jinesh just walk us through your Inter rank journey? How did you end up getting a rank? Rajan, let's start with you.
So for intermediate, I would say now these guys have around 1 year or 9 months. For someone like us, we gave, I guess Jinesh would also agree. I guess we are from same batch. We gave our foundations in July, and our intermediate was due in May. So we had comparatively less time as compared to others. So during our time, it was more or less, very important to at least cover the entire course, that you are able to revise it and give mocks and then appear in the examination. So during my time, the main focus was to cover the entire course as fast as I can, so that I could have at least 3 months for my revision just before the exams. So that was my approach, and more or less, I think the approach and mindset is same as compared to finals. Just the fact that intermediate, you have a very long phase of continuous study, and final you have a shorter phase, and also you have some kind of articleship or industrial training coming up in between. So I think more or less the mindset, the strategy, the positive attitude, everything would be more or less the same when you compare it to with final. Just there is a longer duration, and hence you have to sustain during that longer duration. So that is more important, to not have a burnout at least during intermediate stage.
Right. Did you take online or offline classes for Inter?
So mine intermediate was also online because during our times, even during foundation, COVID has come up. So foundation, intermediate, final, everything went online because I had that practice of studying online. So that helped.
Great. Great. Jignesh?
So in intermediate, as Rajan said, that we had really less time because the results came out in August something, and we just had to appear in May. And so the schedule was very simple: just wake up, study, tuitions, study, and then sleep. Because we had less time and we had to complete our syllabus by Feb, and we have to revise and give tests. So one thing which helped is consistency because you have nothing on your table. You have no extracurricular activities, no office timings, just study. So at that time, even our mentor said, give your best because inter is all about having your concepts very clear. So the focus was on conceptual clarity, be as much as clear you can with your concepts, and that ultimately converts your marks to a higher level. And one more thing our mentor said, focus one or two subjects which will ultimately increase your aggregate. So in inter that could be I guess I'm not sure abhi I guess nahi hai, costing was a subject or FR, accounts could be a subject that could help you increase your aggregate. So that's what I believe. Even in final, AFM was a subject or IBS could be a subject which will help you increase your aggregate. So that focus we should keep for a subject which increases our aggregate. Yeah, and then consistency.
Okay, great. Uh, Yash, people have some questions regarding inter. Like during inter, people have college, right? So how do you manage studying for inter while attending college?
Actually, I had taken a college where I do not have to go. Okay, so so people may choose that college because it is very difficult going in the morning college, then 9 hours lecture, then again studying the revise, then sleeping. So I had personally taken a college where I do not have to go. So if the Jinesh or Rajan has taken other than that college, they may answer this.
I think
Okay.
just one thing, Aashi, on the intermediate aspect, because all of us had been intermediate around 3 years back. So I think, we are not the right persons exactly to guide on intermediate right now because we do not remember much of the stuff which we did during intermediate. So just saying that.
Okay, great. Okay. Now since we've already done a rapid fire round for Jinesh and Rajan, let's do it with Yash now. Okay. So Yash, ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Coffee, chai, or energy drinks?
Chai.
Okay. Who's stricter, ICAI examiner or your mom?
ICI exam.
Okay. Which is that one meme that describes your CA journey?
I don't recollect actually.
Okay, fine, it's okay. Uh, the most annoying questions your relatives asked you,
How did you score the rank?
and during your study phase.
How is your study going in that room?
Okay. One subject you'd happily ban from the curriculum.
AFM.
Oh, okay. You've got really good marks in AFM though.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And which is your favorite subject?
Means earlier it was not, but it happened audit.
Wow. Okay, great. So now before we open the platform to our audience, I would like the three of you all to answer this one question. If you could go back in time to the time when you had just started CA, what is that one advice that you will give your younger self? Rajan, let's start with you.
I think a single advice that I would have given myself is something like a belief in yourself is utmost important, I guess. That could be one of the advices. I think, I cannot think of anything right now. That could be a very good advice, but I think, because there's kind of situation or kind of environment in CA these days that, not these days, but generally that is very tough course. Even when I was considering CA after my 11th grade, everyone was like, you're a good student, you should not go to CA, what's the chances of getting passing there and all stuff. So that particular mindset is of utmost important when you choose CA, that, okay, there is a 10% chance that I'll pass, but I want to be in that 10%.
Great. Okay. Jinesh?
So I've started my studies in July around. So one advice which I could give to myself was I could have started couple of months earlier, because when you start late, you have that pressure. I need to complete my syllabus early. I need to revise early, and then I need to appear for the exams, right? So the time gap was very short, and during that less time gap, I realized that your efficiency loses because you tend to overread something. So if I had started at least 1 or 2 months earlier, I could have been more thorough with my concepts, which I felt I could not be due to the shortage of time. So if I could start in April or May, would be good advice which I could give to my younger generation. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yash?
So I would give again on the knowledge means I have seen people study for passing, and even after qualifying, they do not have the knowledge of the subjects which they have studied. Okay, so I think everybody should focus more on knowledge, getting the knowledge of the each and every subject which we study. Okay. Yes.
Great. I think I would tell myself that strategy is really important in CA because unlike school and college, we don't really have a very good guidance in CA. So it's not that you're not capable of doing CA, it's just that you don't have the right strategy in your head right now. Okay. अभी लास्ट में जाते जाते एक शायरी हो जाए. अगर मन में हो विश्वास, इरशाद लिखोगा इस चैट में. अगर मन में हो विश्वास तो दुख का पलड़ा भी पल भर में बीत जाता है. अगर हो हौसला तूफानी तो कछुआ भी खरगोश से जीत जाता है. Great.
I have
Okay.
something to add.
Now I know.
So जो आपने बोला,
Yeah.
even I have something to add. If someone feels कि मेरे से नहीं होगा, so I believe consistency is the key. So the one thing is, देर लगेगी मगर होगा. जो तुमने चाहा ना वही होगा. It will take time, but it will happen. Whatever you think will happen. So देर लगेगी मगर होगा. जो तुमने चाहा ना वही होगा. भले दिन बुरे हो, but जिंदगी नहीं. सबर रखो बस, सब सही होगा और सब अच्छा होगा.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
ठीक है. Now I know that there are like 1,000 questions that we can ask, but in such a short span of time, we covered as much as we could. Now, audience, the platform is open to you. You can put in your questions in the chat box. We'll try to cover as many as possible. Okay, Debashish is asking, should you practice long accounts questions repeatedly? Any of the rankers can answer that.
Yeah, first I'll take. Yeah, we should, for the sake being, if these kind of the questions are asked in exam, for example, consolidation or business combination. So we should practice having a thought that I need to do this in XYZ amount of time because it's question one and compulsory. So if you are aware कि ये exam में frequently आता है, you need to practice having the caveat that I need to complete this in this much time, amount of time. Yeah. So that is a benefit of practicing big sums. Yeah. If Rajan
So
or
you
Yash could
should
add something
practice
also.
them multiple times.
Yeah.
Okay. Rajan, Yash, do you want to add something?
No, nothing.
Okay. Okay, I have not started. Kriti is saying I have not started my preparation yet. I was not well. So is it possible to crack CA foundation in 30 days?
I don't know. Maybe if you have a good fast pace up in which you can read stuff and do it, it is possible. Everything is possible under the sun.
Right. And that's very true. Everything is possible. I think it also depends on how your 12th standard studies were. If you've taken commerce in 12th standard, you already have a base for foundation. Okay.
Right.
In DT, will there be any change in syllabus based on budget? Then how to prepare for DT for new changes?
I don't know if there would be changes because I'm not a faculty. But because we also had some amendments during our time, at least in some provisions of capital gains. So for that, I would say, the faculties or in general, ICA also introduces a good amendment kind of material. So it's generally uh, released at least 3 to 4 months before your examination. So you can refer that and solve or practice for that amendment. So that would be fine.
Right. For people who don't have their attempts right now, I'll suggest that hold on to DT, study other subjects first. Okay, there's a question. Should we,
I have something to add on this, Aashi.
faculty?
Yeah, if those students who have a lot of time for your exams, maybe 2 years, 2.5 years, so when the transition comes, there are a lot of practical chartered accountants who share their insights on YouTube. Be it Girish Ahuja sir, who is the god of taxation or anything. Do listen to their YouTube recordings whenever they upload transition, because it is so good for you that you see the transition from old DT to new DT, so that will help you in your practical life as well. So whenever there is seminars coming up for there, have that practical exposure. That's what mentor says to me right now as well. So have that practical exposure and listen to the YouTube recordings, or if possible physically attend those sessions. That will help you a lot apart from your academics.
Great. Okay, some students have a question. Is self-study enough for CA? Do you definitely need lectures, or can you crack it without lectures? Yash, do you want to take it?
I think lectures is important, but again, it depends on you. If you can do self-study, then you can do. But I personally feel lectures is important, then self-study will be good option.
Now, I think to add in, lectures are there only for your conceptual clarity and to understand the subject. If you can understand the subject yourself, or there's some kind of situation where you can read and easily understand things, well and good, you can do it from self-study itself. But one of the important factors of lecture is you can do it in a shorter time as compared to when you're reading yourself. So that's the difference.
Okay. Ankita is saying, like CA Rajan sir said, audit had made him break out, and also he said showing up consistently is necessary. So how did you show up the next day after having a tough day?
Uh, you know, uh, when there is a next day, it's obviously a good early morning next day, and hence, I personally, did not feel the guilt of what has happened the earlier day and start the next day in a new self. It is important to manage the day itself, because the next day it is very easy to manage, because the first day has completed and the next day is a new day. But once you have on that particular day and then going in that breakdown for 2 hours and then coming up back again, that is very much important as compared to coming back again on the next day, because it's easier to come back again on the next day, but as compared to sitting back again and studying on that particular day is the challenge. And I think that persistence and determination will create a good score for you or make you help pass.
Very rightly said. I think CA is a very mindset related game. So you have to be mentally very strong, and you have to keep forgiving yourself if you haven't, followed your timetable, or if you had any breakdown. Okay. Hardeep is asking, during 3 hours of exam, should we start with MCQs first or descriptive questions?
Okay, so I believe we three of us would give different answers. It's all depend on how you have practiced during your mocks, what strategies you have decided during your mocks. So I'll tell you about mine, and I'll then Rajan and Yash will share on this. Um Paper consists of 6 parts, 5 questions you have to attend, and 6 part is MCQ. So we have 3 hours, 6 things to attend, half an hour for each of everything. So I will start with question number one being the first, and then at the another first half of the first hour I'll do with MCQ. I'll be done with MCQ. So in 1 hour I'm done with question number one. I'm done with MCQs. The reason why I'm saying this, and the last questions which I'll attempt is the one I know it thoroughly. Yeah, malab, if the time is so short, my hands will work automatically because I know that the concept. There's no requirement of thinking on this. So why I'm saying this, because during my mocks I have realized that the conceptual question use and question number one is tricky. So if we do it at the last, there could be a possibility that due to the shortage of time, the mind works in such a way that we tend to overread the things, we tend to short analyze, and then we'll end up making some silly mistakes. And if there is a single mistake, the entire sum goes wrong. So if we start it in the first instance with a fresh mind, so it will give a lot of clarity and proper thinking time. And if at the end I'm doing the sums, let's say theory questions, which I definitely know that even if there is short of time, I'll squeeze off my time, but I'll write it correctly because there is no scope of error. आता ही है मेरे को. So I'll attend those questions at the last and MCQs in the question number 1 at the beginning. That was my strategy. I believe of us would have different one. Rajan and Yash, could you please add on this?
I think mine was completely opposite to what Jinesh has mentioned. I used to answer the questions which are the best questions for me in the early, and question one would always be the last question that I solved. Obviously, I think for that it is very important that you write 2-3 mocks with different strategies and do what best suits for you. I think that's the final verdict for it. This is what I think. Maybe Yash can add.
So I used to follow, means first I used to solve MCQ for all the papers, and then the questions which I know the most. So first MCQ, then the questions which I know the most.
Okay, great. So to summarize this session, I think there are some common points between all the rankers that all of them used the module at some level. They all studied for knowledge and not just to pass. They all slept for 8 to 10 hours. A lot of people skip on their sleep, which is not the correct approach. All of them appeared for mock tests, and all of them had a close set of people they could turn to. Now, again, the three of them had a different strategy when it came to the points particularly. So we can see that, whatever works best for you can work. You can get a rank, but there are some things that you have to follow. That is your mindset, your sleep schedule, and, appearing for mock tests. So before we close this session, do the three of y'all want to say something? Do y'all have any closing remarks?
I would like to add what you said. There's no clear path to pass in CA exams or get a rank in CA exam. Everyone has a very different strategy. Everyone has a very different perspective. Like when I personally say that you should write mocks, I did not write mocks for audit and ITT because I have a short of time. So it's not that there's a clear path to success, or there is a set path that if you follow this, then only you will pass, or if you do not follow this, you will fail, or whatever. I think it's very subjective, and there should be some broad things like determination, mindset, and overall strategizing and planning stuff. But at the end of the day, it is your own particular path that will take you forward.
Great.
One thing I'd like to add on this, it helped a lot. Have that one friend who is better than you, that will always back you up. So in my intermediate, I had AIR 37, and I really my good friend Parv Jain. He scored AIR 8. Rajan and Parv worked together in KPMG. Rajan knows him. So he was my really good friend, and he was a lot better than me. And in fact, he is today. So I used to be with him and the entire day. यार ये पढ़ना ये रिवाइज किया तूने इतना रिवाइज किया मेरे इतना कम रिवाइज I'll do it. So there is one friend who is better than you, who is a lot motivated, who is a lot better, who is a lot consistent, makes you that person. So I believe this helps a lot. Have a person who is better than you, who is much working than you, who motivates you a lot, and the synergies benefits will come out to you. That's what I've practically experienced it. It is phenomenal. So even that friendship lasts forever and you benefit from your studies as well. Yeah.
Rightly said.
So in
Yash?
last, I will say I saw some of the questions on the sleep management. So when I was in 11th standard, my sir recommended me this strategy. So what you can do at the time when you're sleeping, you can revise the audit subject or in your mind or law if you're in CA foundation. Automatically, you will get the sleep. Okay, you will automatically wake up in the next morning. So I have used this strategy full 6 months in the inter, and I have not wasted any time for sleeping. Right, whenever I used to go to bed, I used to revise, and I automatically wake up next day in the morning. So this thing I think people may use, and it will definitely work for them.
Amazing. Okay, so there are more questions, but I think we need to close the session now. Y'all can reach out to the rankers on LinkedIn if that's okay with y'all. Okay, so thank you so much, Yash, Jignesh, and Rajan. It was a pleasure talking to you all today. Thank you to WICASA, Vasai, and Kalyan Dombivli and the other 19 branches who collaborated and organized this event. It is really the need of the hour. I would like to call Krishi Shah now, who's the Joint Secretary of WICASA Vasai, to present the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of WICASA Vasai, I, Krishisha, Joint Secretary, would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for being part of today's session, Rankers Rise from Aspirants to AIR. A huge round of thanks to our incredible speakers, CA Jignesh Sipani, CA Rajan Kabra, and CA Yash Agarwal for sharing your inspiring journeys with us. Your words truly lit a spark and reminded us why perseverance pays off in this CA journey. A special mention of gratitude to our session chairman, CA Hrudyesh Pankhania sir, and our session moderator, CA Aashi Pansari, for guiding the session so smoothly and keeping the momentum alive. We are also deeply thankful to our co-host, WICASA KDUB branch, and all the 19 CASA branches that collaborated with us. Your support made this event bigger, brighter, and better. We would also like to acknowledge the gracious presence of our Vasai branch chairperson, CA Daya Bansal ma'am, and the Kalyan Dombivali Vikasa chairman, CA Anurag Gupta sir, whose encouragement means a lot to us. And lastly, to all the enthusiastic participants, thank you for the energy, curiosity, and involvement. Your presence turned this event into a truly engaging experience. Before we close, I would kindly request everyone to switch on their videos so we can capture some wonderful pictures together. Let's preserve this moment. With that, we conclude today's session, but this is just the beginning. Stay tuned because Vikasa Vasai has a lot more exciting and enriching events lined up for you. Thank you. Mimansa, if everything's done, we can close the session officially now.
Yeah, we can close for today. Thank you so much to all the speakers, our moderator, and the session chairman. And also thank you for all the participants for joining us and actively participating in the session. Thank you so much.